Yeah, let us start. This is the topic on atomic structure, subjective problems for IIT JEE NEET examinations, part 1 by YRK Mohan. We'll see the first one here. What was proposed by Rutherford's alpha scattering experiment? As we know that all the atoms contains positively charged massive nucleus. So finally it is a positively charged nucleus was proved is present in atom. So that is answer for this. Next question. Convert one atomic mass unit into kilogram. This is over. Now second question. Here we know that 1 mole of carbon 12 has mass. What is 1 mole of carbon 12? I stop. Mass is how much? 12 grams, that is 0.012 kilograms I am writing. Even you can write this also 12 into 10 power minus 3 kilograms. So actually 1 mole of carbon is nothing but how many atoms? That is 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 carbon 12 atoms. That is equals to this 12 into 10 to the power of minus 3 kilograms. But if you just take one carbon atom here, one carbon atom, then the mass will become 12 into 10 to the power of minus 3 kilograms divided by this Avogadro number 6.022 into 10 to the power of minus 3 minus 10 to the power of 23. So this information is telling that one carbon atomic mass unit is how much? That means carbon 12 is 12 units is there. The 12 units of carbon 12 is equals to 12 into 10 to the power of minus 3 divided by 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 kilograms. Now you need to find only one unit, one AMU or one unit value is equals to 12 into 10 to the power of minus 3 divided by 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 into 12. So 12 will get cancelled and remaining is 1 by 6.022 is equals to 0.166 into 10 power minus 26 kilograms will come. This can be written as 1.66 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kilograms. See, first we have started with 1 mole of carbon 12 mass converted into kilograms. After that 1 mole we have converted into a number of moles. So this many atoms are there, carbon atoms are there, and one carbon atom we have observed the mass is how much. Then after this one carbon atom is mass is 12 units, and that 12 units is equated to this one. After that we have calculated 1 unit, that is 1 atomic mass unit. 1 U means 1 AMU only. That 1 AMU answer we have calculated, that is in kilograms. This is the answer for this. Next question. Which experiment disapproved Thomson's model of atom as an any intimate mixture of negative and positive particles? Thomson's model of atom was negated by Rutherford's experiment, and which large angle scattering of alpha particles by a metal foil was observed. So what is that experiment? That is Rutherford alpha scattering experiment. Rutherford experiment. Rutherford's experiment is the answer. Let's see the next question. Calculate the magnitude of charge on a proton, so first question, or on a nucleus of lithium atom. The two questions are there. Charge on an electron given, that is 4.8 into 10 to the power of minus 10 ESU. Here, first question is charge on proton. That means they have given the charge an electron. Actually, whenever we have a charge an electron which is given towards, that is opposite to that only, but same only, magnitude is same for electron and proton. That means magnitude of charge on proton, magnitude, that magnitude of charge usually on a proton, which is also equals to magnitude of charge on electron. Magnitude of charge on an electron. So, for the first question, what is the charge on, magnitude of charge on proton? Same like the electron given in the question is 4.8 into 10 to the power of minus 10 electrostatic units. That is the answer for it. Moving on to the second question here, that is calculate the magnitude of charge on nucleus of lithium atom. As you know, nucleus charge is positive, that is because of protons. Now we have found that one proton charge 4.8 into 10 to the power of minus 10. They are asking regarding lithium. So lithium atomic number is 3. That indicates that, that 3 indicates that it is having 3 protons, because that is the atomic number. So we can easily calculate what is the magnitude of charge on the nucleus. Therefore, magnitude of charge on nucleus of lithium, definitely is equals to 3 into the charge on the magnitude of proton, that is 4.8 into 10 power minus 10 electrostatic units. So if you multiply this one, you will get 14.4. 14.4 into 10 power minus 10 ESU will come. You can also write this one as 1.44 into 10 power minus 9 ESU. This is the right answer for this question. Next question. First we'll see, that is 5. Charge on mass ratio of all cathode rays is the same, but those of positive rays depend on residual gas in discharge tube. What is the reason? Once again, the charge on mass ratio of all cathodes is the same. Those of positive rays depends on residual gas on discharge tube. Why? You know, cathode rays are actually composed of electrons. They composed of electrons, and electrons are available from any source. They have same charge to mass ratio. So charge to mass ratio is nothing but specific charge E by M. So on have same mass ratio will be there. They are available everywhere. On the other hand, ions left after the loss of electrons may be having same magnitude of charge, but their masses are different. See, after the loss of electrons, ion charge is same, but the mass is different. That's why the charge to mass ratio for the residual gas is there. Na? The E by M value of residual gas, residual gas is not equals to E by M value of electrons. The reason why this charge on mass ratio of all cathode rays is same, but those of positive rays depend on residual gas on the discharge tube. That means residual gas is having the different masses compared to mass of the electrons. So that is the answer for this fifth question. Next, sixth question we'll see. Though the charge on alpha particles is more than that of beta particles, the beta particles are deflected more than alpha particles in a given electric field. What is the reason? Here we have to tell about the reason. That means mass of beta particles usually is said to be lesser than mass of this alpha particles. That is one clarity we have. So their E by M values, E by M value is there. Na? What is the E by M value of this is there? The ratio, that means the ratio E by M value is larger than alpha particles. That means charge to mass ratio is larger than alpha particles is for beta rays is notified. That therefore beta particles are deflected more than alpha particles. Beta particles are deflected more than alpha particles. That is the reason is very clear that beta particles mass is smaller than alpha particles, and E by M ratio for the beta particles definitely greater than alpha particles. Because of this one, what happened? The beta particles are deflected more than alpha particles in a given electric field. Next question. In order to know the radius capital R of the nucleus in centimeters, the relation used R is equals to 1.4 into 10 to the power of minus 13 into A power 1 by 3, where A is the mass number of the atom. So in the question they are given the information that we have to find the radius of the nucleus using the formula if the isotope mass is given to us. Then calculate the approximate radius of uranium-238 nucleus. So very clearly given from the uranium case, mass number is 238 in the problem they are given. So this you will substitute in the R formula. R is equals to 1.4 into 10 power minus 13 into A power 1 by 3. So here 1.4 into 10 power minus 13 into A value is substituted is 238 whole power 1 by 3, cube root of this one. And this cube root value we have taken, that is this can be calculated. What we'll do is we will take log on both sides, then log R will become equals to log 1.4 plus log 10 power minus 13 plus log 238 power 1 by 3. After that, after seeing the log 1.4 answer, that we got 0.146 minus 13 plus 1 by 3 into log 238. 1 by 3 into log 238 answer we got, that is from logarithm table 2.376. This upon simplification will become 0.146 minus 13 plus 1 by 3 into 2.376 answer 0.792. Now this value log R value to the base 10 value is said to become equals to minus 12.062. Next to the 12 we have 13 is there, so we can write minus 13 plus 0.938. So to the 13, if you add this one, it will come. So this will also be written as logarithmic terminology. That is 13 bar point 938 can write. After that, the R can be obtained by taking anti-log of this 13 bar point 938. Anyway, 13 bar is that is 10 power minus 13. And remaining anti-log of 0.938, we got it is 8.67. So 8.67, and this answer will be in centimeters as per the problem they are given. That is the radius of the nucleus in centimeters formula this is. So that formula we have used and got 8.67 10 to the power of minus 13 centimeters. That is the right answer for this question. Next question. The terminal velocity of an oil droplet in an oil drop experiment was observed to be 0.98 millimeter per second. Then the viscosity of air is given as 1.86 10 to the power of minus 5 ns meter per s per meter meter per minus 2 newtons meter per minus 2. Okay, and the density of oil drop is 0.85 grams per centimeter cube. Then calculate the radius as well as mass of the oil droplet. Here they are given the information. In the information, viscosity information is there, velocity information is there. You have to find the mass of the droplet also, radius and mass of the droplet. So first we will consider the droplet in spherical manner. That volume of that sphere is 4/3 pi r cube we will take. And also we know that density is equals to mass by volume. From this, what is volume is, what is mass is? Mass is equals to 4/3 pi r cube. 4/3 pi r cube into density. And in such a case, the velocity given in the question is 0.98. What is the velocity? Velocity given is velocity they are given 0.98 given, 0.98 millimeter per second given. So that you can convert into meter per second by multiplying this one with 10 power minus 3. So if you multiply this one with 10 power minus 3, you will get 0.00. That means 0.0098 will come. That is in meter per second, because velocity we want to express in meter per second. Of that we know that velocity V, velocity formula, velocity V is equals to mg by 6 pi eta r. Okay, and in that if you substitute this value, mass value. What is the mass value? Mass value we have 4/3 pi r cube into d. It's not d cube, d into z divided by 6 pi into that eta into r. Finally, upon simplification, you will get this is 2 dr square z by 9 eta. That is velocity. From this, you can find what is r value. R value is equals to 9 into velocity into eta by 2 into d into z whole power 1 by 2. In this, if you substitute the values, that is 9 into velocity is 0.00098 into the eta value given in the question is 1.83 into 10 power minus 5 divided by, that is actually in kilogram meter per second square, into second power meter square will come, second by meter square will come. So the units are balanced by 2 into d value. The d value given in the question is density 0.85 into the density given in grams. We convert into kilograms, it will become 10 power minus 3 into z value. What is the g value? Gravity, that is 9.8. So if you start doing simplification, you will be getting this answer, that is 3.11 into 10 power minus 6 meters you will get. This is the radius answer, first answer you will get. Coming to the second, I asked mass of the oil droplet. For the second answer, oil droplet mass formula we have given, that is 4/3 pi dr cube. That is mass is equals to 4/3 pi r cube into d. Already r value we have, right? That one you can substitute. This is 4/3 into pi value we know is 3.142 into r value is 3.11 into 10 power minus 6 meters is there, but you have to take cube of it. Will be multiplied with the density. The density answer is 0.85. I will write this 0.85. 0.85 into 10 power minus 3. Ten power 3 only, not minus 3. 10 power 3 only it is. That is simplification will give you answer 1.068 into 10 power minus 13 kilograms. In this, the density value of got, the density is 0.85 given, that is grams per centimeter cube, and that why it is 10 power 3 is 0.85 is common, 0.85 is common into, this will be converted into grams, will be converted into kilograms. That means it is kilograms per meter cube we want, right? It will be multiplied with 10 cube. So kilograms per centimeter cube. The formula is this one. So this is the 8th question we have answered. The answer is, the one answer is 3.11 10 to the power of minus 6 meters per radius. Another one, mass of the droplet is 1.068 10 to the power of minus 13 kilograms. Next question. A metal has a density 7.2 grams per centimeter cube and atomic weight 54.94. Find the radius as well as volume of the metal atom, considering atom as spherical. Like earlier, they are given. You know that atomic weight how much given? 54.94. And volume, formula 4/3 pi r cube. Density value given as 7.2 grams per centimeter cube. And volume formula 4/3 pi r cube. Radius, if you know volume, you can find. Okay, in this juncture, we have atomic weight by Avogadro's number is nothing but mass only. That is actually the meaning of this one. I am telling that what is the atomic weight given? Atomic weight given is 54.94. Okay, metal atomic weight. It's grams per mole. Actually, it is grams per mole, indicating that what is the mass? What is the mass? 54 grams. That is for Avogadro number of atoms. Okay, that means if you write the Avogadro number below 54.94, that will be mass. So what is the mass? Mass is equals to atomic weight by Avogadro number. Atomic weight by Avogadro number. And this mass, mass is equals to volume into density. That is also most important. Volume into density. So this mass value is 54.94 by Avogadro number is 6.02 10 to the power of 23, which is equals to volume formula we know, that is 4/3 pi r cube. Pi value I am writing is 22/7. R value you don't know, so it is r cube, and density they are given in the problem is 7.2. So now we can find what is r cube. R cube will become equals to 54.94 into 3 into 7 divided by Avogadro number I am writing in expansion, that is 6.022 into 10 power 23 into 4 into 22 into 7.2. So this is the thing. And this one, if you simplify, you will get 3.02 into 10 power minus 24 will come. And this is a centimeter cube. This is in centimeter cube. And upon cube root of 3.02, if you write 3.02 whole power 1/3, if you write, and 10 power minus 24 cube root is 10 power minus 8 centimeters, and this simplification cube root answer will come 1.445 into 10 power minus 8 centimeters will come. That means angstrom units. That is the radius of the atom. Now, once we have got the radius of the atom, we can find volume easily. Volume formula, that is again 4/3 pi r cube. So first answer we calculate radius, second answer we are calculating, that is volume, that is 4/3 into, again I am writing 22/7, that is 3.14, 22/7 into r value is 1.445 into 10 power minus 8 whole cube. So what will happens here is you need to completely expand it. After that, this cube is nothing but 3.02 already we have. So that I am taking, that is 88 into 3.02 into 10 to the power of minus 24/21. So this simplification finally giving answer 1.26 into 10 power minus 23 centimeter cube. This is the volume of the metal atom considering atom as spherical. Next question. Calculate the density of matter in nucleus of fluorine. Assuming that fluorine atom is sphere of radius 5 into 10 power minus 13 centimeters. You know, atomic weight of fluorine is 19. In this juncture, what we will do is, we have to find the density of the matter in the nucleus. In that case, density formula mass by volume, that and all we know that mass of one nucleus. What is the mass of one nucleus here? Radius given. Mass of the nucleus. You know, mass formula like the previous problem, mass is equals to volume into density. And in this mass we are writing as atomic weight by Avogadro number, right? That is equals to volume is 4/3 pi r cube into the density we don't know, right? So density we don't know. So this is the thing, and you can substitute whatever you know from the problem. From the problem, you know, atomic weight is 19 divided by Avogadro number is 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23. That is equals to 4/3 pi value. Again I am writing as pi value 22/7 into r radius value given in the question is 5 into 10 power minus 13. This should be cube, whole cube, into density. Don't know the answer D. So if you take the density in the left side, then the remaining expression will become density is equals to 19 into 3 into 7 divided by Avogadro number 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 into 4 into 22 into this value 5 into 10 power minus 13 whole cube. Upon simplification, you will get this density answer as 6.022 into 10 power 13 grams per centimeter cube. So this is the answer for this question. Next question. What is meant by an electron volt? What is meant by an electron volt? That is first question. Express this energy in joules and kilojoules and kilocalories per mole. Joules, kilojoules per mole and kilocalories per mole. First of all, we will check. An electron volt is the energy it's required to move electron charge to a potential exactly 1 volt. What is this electron volt is? That is the energy required to move an electric an electric or electronic charge, that is E, through a potential of exactly 1 volt. Exactly 1 volt. That is the definition. So from this definition, you can understand that what is electron volt. So electron volt is energy required to move an electronic charge through a potential of exactly 1 volt. Now coming to the first question. 1 electron volt is how much? 1 electron volt in joules value, which is nothing but electronic charge is 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. And that of 1 volt is nothing but 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb volt is joule. Coulomb into volt is joule. That is the answer for the first question. See the second question they are given, that is kilojoules per mole. What is this charge energy? Actually 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joules is the energy. You can easily convert that one into kilojoules by multiplying with it. 1 kilojoule is equals to 1 kilojoule is equals to how many joules? 10 power 3 joules. So same only into Avogadro number. What is that? 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23. Avogadro number is 1 mole only. So here what will happen? This joule will get cancelled, and remaining multiplication you will get 96.4 kilojoules per mole is the answer, because 1 kilojoule is equals to 10 power 3 joules. That is second question answer. Coming to the third question, kilocalories per mole. Third question, kilocalories per mole they are given. That means actually 1 kilocalorie, what is 1 kilocalorie is, 1 kilocalorie is 4184 joules actually it is. Got it? So that means this 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joules can be converted into kilocalories. That means 1 kilocalorie, how much? That is 4184 joules. Into, this is for Avogadro number, that is 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 divided by 1 mole. So upon simplification, joule will get cancelled and remaining is kilocalories per mole will come. That value exactly 23 will come. So that is 23 kilocalories per mole is the answer. So these are the standard values you have to remember, but how they came and all, this is proved in this question. Next question. Calculate the force of attraction between electron and a body with a charge on a 10 charges 1 coulomb. It is placed at a distance of 1.5 apart. Then K value given also. That is constant value. So in this, the point is very clear. We have that force of attraction formula, we know, that is F is equals to K into Q1 Q2 by D square formula. Use in this, we have to find the force of attraction only. K value given in the question, that is 9.0 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. That is Newton meter square per Coulomb square into charge on electron, that is minus 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs, and that into charge on a body, that is plus 1.0 coulombs, divided by distance is 1 meter, 1.5 meter apart. They are given, so 1.5 meters whole square. Q1, Q2 by d square. So d square, this is the d square ounce. Now we will simplify. Once you simplify it, then you will get this entire calculation. Coulomb, all coulombs will get cancelled, and remaining is Newton per meter square, Newton, and meter square also get cancelled. Newtons will come, force, that will be minus 6.4 into 10 power minus 10 will come. You can check the calculation. So this is the answer for this question. Next question. Calculate the amount of energy released when Na plus and Cl minus ions originally at infinite distance apart are brought closer at a distance of 2.76 angstrom minutes. Assume that ions acts as point charges with 1.6 in 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs electronic charge. K value as usual 9.0 10 to the power of 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Now for this also the same amount of energy released, that is force only, K into Q1 Q2 by d square actually in this juncture we have energy discussion, right? So in this energy discussion is not force, it is energy. That is K is equal to Q1 Q2 by D is the formula. In this we have to substitute the values. So what is the K value? It is 9 into 10 to the power of 9 into charge is 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. 2 times will come for the point charges, 2 times will come, whole square I will do it, divided by the distance is 2.76. that I am taking in meters, that is 10 power minus 10 meters, as 1 angstrom unit is equal to 10 power minus 10 meters. So this is joule meters. Actually the above one is joule meters and this is in meters will come. Upon simplification you will get 8.3 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joules. This is 8.3 into 10 to the power of this is 8. And coming to the point here, calculate the amount of energy released when Na plus and Cl minus ions originally infinite distance and brought closer distance. Assume the ions acts as point charges. And also amount of energy released in joules we have given. But if you want this answer in the other values, suppose if we wish to give the kilocalories and all these things, then you can multiply this value with the previous discussion what we have done, that is 8.3 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joules into 1 kilocalorie divided by 4184 joules into Avogadro number 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 per mole. So here what will happen, this will be 119 kilocalories per mole will come upon simplification. So in this, we have taken the energy, that is E is equals to K into Q1 Q2 by D is the formula for this one. Okay. So this is the formula I have used, as the distance is nothing but the closest distance between the ions. Next question. Find the volume of energy required to move. Find the volume of value of energy required to move 2 in 10 to the power of minus 10 coulombs negatively charged body from infinite distance to a point. 0.2 centimeters from 1 coulomb negatively charged body, and 2 centimeters at 1 coulomb negatively charged body, and from position and to position given. So in this, you have to find the value of energy required, like previous problem. We have observed that E formula, E is equals to K into Q1 Q2 by D. In this formula, if you use the values given in the question, for the first question, we have 2 centimeters from a 1 coulomb negatively charged body. Okay, so the K value is 9.0 into 10 to the power of 9. That will be, actually that is given 11 only. In centimeters given now in this problem. So we will take centimeters. So the charge also will be taken as usual. This is actually joule centimeter per centimeter cube, centimeter square, divided by 0.2 into 10 to the power of minus 10 coulombs into 1.0 coulombs. Its charge which is given, charge is 2.0, not 0.2. So 2.0 10 to the power of minus 10 coulombs, negative charged body at infinite distance, 0. So the distance is 0. So divided by D is 0.2. So 0.2 centimeters in the first question is D, and 1 coulomb negatively charged body and another negatively charged body is 2 coulomb, 2 into 10 to the power of minus 10. So the both the coulomb square get cancels, and the 0.2 is centimeters. So joule centimeters get cancelled, and C coulomb square. Finally, you will get joules answer only. So that you will get 900 joules as the answer for this one, first question. Coming to the second one. Second one also similar model, but they are given the distance is 2 centimeters. So second one I am taking E2, first one energy I am taking E1, second one E2. E2 value is equals to, what will happens here, the distance is 2 centimeter, 10 times raised. 10 times raised means what I will do is K1 K into Q1 Q2 by D. And in this, the previous value I got 900 joules. I'll do it with divided by 10 I will do, because 2 centimeter distance given, that raise it to 10 times of it. So I raise it the 10 times of it, then I've got the answer, that is 90 joules. Next one. What a third important thing they ask is position. That means this difference we will find, that is delta E we will find, that is E1 minus E2, that is 900 joules minus 90 joules, a total is 810 joules. So the question is given in this, we can find all these different points. So in this question, we have found the energy value and we have found the difference value also. Okay, this is the question. Next question. A force of 10 power minus 6 newtons exists between the two carbon discs of 1.5 grams each and 1 centimeter apart. If the opposite charges are equal magnitude, then calculate the ratio of excess electrons to total atoms on the negatively charged disk when K value is given and electron charge is given. In this, again we will take the force formula. F is equals to K into Q1 Q2 by D square. And they are given charges are equal, means Q1 Q2 both are equal. I am assuming Q, then it will become Q square only. Then I can write this is K into Q square by D square. And one more thing, we know that 1 Newton is equals to joule per meter, that you can write it. And in this, we want Q only, then Q is equals to what will happen? It will be F into D square by K whole power 1 by 2. Anyways, the force given in the question is 10 power minus 6 joule per meter into distance is 1 centimeter apart, that I am converting to meter, that is 0.01 meters whole square, divided by K value, that is 9.0 into 10 power 9 joule meter per centimeter per coulomb square. Okay, then this will is coming like this, that is all cancellation of units and all these things. Finally, you will get 1.1 into 10 power minus 20 coulomb square whole power 1 by 2. And this root of 1.1 finally will get 1.05 into 10 power minus 10 coulombs. So that is the charge on each disk. That is the charge on each disk. So calculate the charge on the disk, means that is a charge on the each disk. Once you have found the charge on the each disk, you can start telling about electrons concept. Here, number of electrons present in this coulombs. Actually, we have 1.6 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. That is equals to coulombs is there for 1 electron. So 1 electron is how much? 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. We have how many coulombs as present here is nothing but 1.05 into 10 to the power of minus 10 coulombs is there. So in this, how many electrons are there? We will find the number of electrons, electron number here, number of electrons, that is equals to 1.05 into 10 to the power of minus 10 divided by 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. You will be getting 6.6 into 10 to the power of 8 electrons. This is the number of electrons. So, in the question, they are asking us to find the ratio of excess of electrons to the total atoms on the negatively charged. So, you have to find the atoms also here. We know that carbon, how many atoms are there? One carbon. So, one carbon, if you take, as we have calculated, 12 grams is there. 12 grams of carbon is there. That contains how many carbon atoms? Avogadro number 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 atoms are there. Okay. In this question, we have be given 1.2 grams each only given. So this 1.5 grams of carbon given disk. So 1.5 grams contains how many atoms? So that is equals to cross multiplication. Again we have 1.5 into 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 atoms. Ten to the power of 23 atoms divided by 12 grams. This upon simplification you'll be getting 7.5 into 10 to the power of 23 atoms. 7.5 into 10 to the power of 23 atoms. Now electrons to total atoms ratio we can find. So number of electrons to the number of atoms ratio we can find. Number of electrons is 6. I got 6.6 into 10 to the power of 8 electrons I got, and the number of atoms I got is 7.5 into 10 to the power of 23 I got. This is 1 minute. I got 22 here only. 22. That is equals to 8.7 into 10 power minus 15 will come. That is electrons per atom. This is the ratio, required ratio for this discussion. So this is the number of electrons to that of atoms ratio. This is the question answer. Next question. Following values of charge on electron were found on oil droplets. Oil droplet experiment, we have, these are the values: minus 1.4 in 10 to the power of minus 19, minus 2.8 in 10 to the power of minus 19, minus 3.5 in 10 to the power of minus 19. These are the values got. Calculate the value of electronic charge that would be indicated by these results. Here, value of electronic charge indicated results here. If you see 1.4, 2.8, like that. Next we have 3.5, like that it is there. Means 1.4 in 10 power minus 19 is a common one. The next one is 2.8. In this, highest common factor is 2.8. So what we will do is we can take the results. So what is the results? So 1.4 into 10 to the power of minus 19, 1, 2.8 into 10 to the power of minus 19, another one. We'll take another one is 3.5 into is all in minus values, minus 3.5 into 10 to the power of minus 19 is the charge in this. Highest common factor of these results, if you take, that is we have 0.7 is the highest common factor, whole number. 0.7 into 10 to the power of minus 19 will come in this, because oil droplets experiment arbitrary units are there here. The value of electronic charge indicated by the results, the same units are given, they are different, but whatever the unit it may be, the units is same unit, and they are asking us value of electronic charge that would indicate by these results. That is, this is the value of electronic charge. Highest common factor of 1. First 2 is 2.8. If you divide this one, then we will get 1 here, and one highest common factor of 1.4 and 3.5 is 0.75, because 0.75 divides both 1.4 and 3.5 in whole numbers. So value of electronic charge is this one. Another, we have value of electronic charge is Q is equals to Na is there. In this also you can find the value of electronic charge. So this can be written as minus 0.7 into 10 to the power of minus 19. Okay. Into 2 into 4 into 5, like this will come. Into 2 if you do, you will get the first one. So here charge come like this. This is usually we won't use this things. Okay. Calculate the value of electron charge, that would be indicated by the results is same results asked. They have asked value of charge and electron found to be droplets. So value of charge, when you want to calculate, Q is equals to N into E. You can find how many electrons are there in that, you can find. So number of electrons can be calculated using charge by E. So charge is minus 1.4 into 10 to the power of minus 19 by minus 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. That also you can do it. But the aim of the problem is to calculate this value of electronic charge only. For example, if they are given like this, then electron charge, if you consider this 0.7, then it is divisible. So highest common factor of 1.4, highest common factor of 1.4 and 2.8 is 1.4 only, because 2.8 is there, it is divisible by 1.4. This is the case. Another thing, highest common factor of 1.4 and 3.5. What is 1.4 and 3.5? In this case, what will happen? This 3.5 cannot be divisible with 1.4. We will take 0.7, we will take in this because 0.7 divides both 1.4 and 3.5 as the whole numbers. So in that case, what will happen? This is written as 0.17. 0.7 into 10 to the power of minus 19 is the electronic charge. Is the electronic charge that is indicated by this droplet. Next question. 16 is got over. Next question. The following charges in arbitrary units were found on number of oil droplets in an oil drop experiment. Okay. That is 3.14 into the power minus 14, 9.42 into the power minus 14, 1.727 into the power minus 13, 2.512 into the power minus 13, 6.28 into the power of minus 14, like that again. Calculate the magnitude of charge on electron in the same units. See, as we have observed in the previous problem. Okay, highest common factor. What is the highest common factor here? Magnitude charge in electron will be highest common factor only here. That is, if you write 3.14 into 10 to the power of minus 14, 9.42 into 10 to the power of minus 14, 1.727 into 10 to the power of minus 13. Another one is 2.512 into 10 to the power of minus 13. Another one 6.28 into 10 to the power of minus 14 is there. So in this we have around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are there. Okay. Magnitude of charge on electron, same units they are asking us to find. In such a case, what will happen, sir? All need to be written 10 power minus 14. I will write 0.1727 into 10 to the power of minus 14 here. And this one 0.2512 into 10 to the power of minus 13. And remaining all like this. So in this juncture, I will use these values. I will check it off. So among these values, it is considered 3. This is 9. This is 1.5. This is 2.5. This is 6.6. Then common one is 1.5 only. So we will take 1.5 into 10 to the power of minus 14. But exactly its value will come 1.57 into 10 to the power of minus 14 as the HCF. So refer mathematics again if you have any doubt in this HCF case. Next. Is there any effect of a magnetic field on? Is there effect of a magnetic field on electric charge moving through a field and static electric charge on the field? See, an electric charge in motion actually generates magnetic field. The electric charge which is moving usually generates a magnetic field. Okay. And the external magnetic field interacts with the above created magnetic field and creates a force perpendicular to the original direction. So that is the effect of magnetic field. Is there any effect of magnetic field, they asked? Then electric charge in motion generates moving electric charge. Moving electric charge generates its own magnetic field. Its own magnetic field, and the external magnetic field, we are asked external magnetic field is there. So magnetic field which is external is there, no? The external magnetic field definitely interacts with the above created magnetic field, the one magnetic field what we have discussed, and it will create force, perpendicular to its original direction, perpendicular to its original direction. That is the thing, the direction of motion, original direction of motion. Coming to the second one here, static electric charge in the field. That means any effect of magnetic field on static electric charge in the field. Usually the static electric charge won't get affected by this, so there is no effect. None of that above things won't happen. Next thing, will it be possible to perform Millikan's oil drop experiments in an evacuated vessel, which is assumed that the oil is sufficiently a non-volatile oil? Actually, it is not possible to perform. Not possible is the answer. Because oil droplets must reach a terminal velocity. Oil drops must reach a terminal velocity to be able to estimate their weights it means weights by Stokes law. Important point here. So there is no air. What will happens? So there is no air. There would be no good way to determine their weights. Would be no good way to determine their weights. And what will happens? The force of electric field would then be not be precisely known. What will happens? The force of the electric field would then not be precisely known. This is the explanation. That means the answer is not possible because oil droplets must reach a terminal velocity to be able to estimate their weights by Stokes law. The important rule is Stokes law. So there is no air and there would be no good way to determine the weights, and the force of electric field would then not be precisely known. Next question. Next question, that is the viscosity of air is 1.83 in 10 to the power of minus 5 and the density is 0.85 grams per centimeter cube. If the terminal velocity of an oil droplet in an oil drop experiment is 1 millimeter per second, what would be the radius and mass of the oil droplet? Like earlier we have done the first problem. First we have done the problem using the same model only. We have to find what is the formula for density. Density is equals to mass by volume. Mass is this one, m. Assume volume is 4/3 pi r cube. From this, you can find what is that information regarding the radius and the mass of the oil droplet. See, from this we can find what is the mass. Mass is equals to 4/3 pi r cube into d, density, and viscosity value given in the problem, that will be noticed, and velocity given in millimeter per second, that can be converted into meter per second. We'll do it. Okay. Now we will find the mass, that is using the value, that is 4/3. Pi value is 3.14. Radius value we don't have any, so we have to find the radius, then only we can find this one. So here we will find the radius first. Radius formula given, that is equals to 9 into eta into velocity by 6 pi 2 dg. I am just directly writing that derived formula earlier what we have done in the previous problem, that is 9 eta into velocity by 2 dg whole power 1 by 2. So in this I am going to substitute the values, that is 9 into eta value is 1.83 into 10 to the power of 4 minus 5 into velocity converted into meter per second is 10 power minus 3 divided by 2 into density 0.85 converted into kilogram meter cube will be multiplied 10 power 3 into g value is 9.8. So what happened here, upon simplification, this internal value in the root is equals to 9.88 into 10 to the power of minus 12 came meter square whole power 1 by 2. So that after finding the root value, this radius answer we got, it is 3.14 into 10 to the power of minus 6 meters. That is the radius answer. Now that radius you can substitute in the mass formula, that is 3.14 into 10 to the power of minus 6 meters. A whole cube will come here, or else you can do this one. So whole cube into d value, density value, that is 0.85 into 10 power 3. We'll substitute. Upon simplification, the mass value will get 1.1 into 10 to the power of minus 13 kilograms. So this is the answer for this question. So here in this problem, radius formula we have derived in the previous problem. You can refer that formula, and using this radius answer, we have found the mass of the oil droplet. This is the answer for this question. Thank you. Thank you very much for this session. We will meet in the next session with the most interesting objective as well as subjective questions of IIT JEE. Until, have a nice day.